Friday morning, Martin's Test Shaves. I've got a posh soap. My very good friend Jay, also known as John, the one who I very much encouraged to use two beautiful razors which I honed for him. He gave me a present. Look. This is the famous Truefitt Hill of London. Isn't that kind of him? Just for helping him out with his razors. Hopefully he'll become another straight razor aficionado. Anyway, untouched. Got to be unwrapped. Oh, delicious, very high quality scent. I'm going to be using this exclusively today for the very first time. Also, how generous of him. He's also given me the Truefitt Hill Gentleman Pre-Shave Oil. I've not used pre-shave oil before, so let's put a little tiny bit of this on and see if it makes any difference. I'm sure it will, but I'm no aficionado on pre-shaves. I prefer the poor man's pre-shave, which is normally just wiped around with the soap, as Jacques Dapper Shaves has always used. Anyway, that's a tiny, tiny bit of pre-shave oil. Very neutral aroma. Let's see if that does anything at all. So that's your pre-shave. I'm also going to test out a couple of razor edges, which you may find interesting. I hope you do. This is a huge razor in an even more huge case. Now this one is a hair, and I must say I was impressed when I got this. I have had to improve the case. So this is a Herr&Razor. This is a big razor. The reason I'm testing it today is I haven't used it in ages. It goes in a huge case and I didn't know where to put it. Anyway, here it is. This is a Herr&Razor. This is a very decent size. I believe I'm right in saying that this is a 10, it's at least a 1010, but anyway. It's the celebrated hollow ground razor, edged on the side. I've used it before. It's got the original edge, which my good friend Nicholas Madamba, known as Jack, put on it. And I'm using it because I want to make a comparison shave to this little horror, which I didn't do such a good job on. This is the Gotta razor, which you may have seen the other day me shave with, but I made a mistake with it. What I did was I put it on a jnat after using just a diamond slurry, and it set the edge back. Thanks very much, John. You were quite right. It did set the edge back. So this is now not a diamond slurry. This actually used a soft, I don't know, Nagura brown slurry stone. So we'll see. If it works, I shall be very grateful for John's advice. He was right. Using a diamond plate to drive up a slurry on a jnat, nah, perhaps not. Anyway, so there we have it. We have a comparison edge to try. I'm going to now lather up. I'm sorry if this takes a little bit longer. I hope you'll find it worth it in the end. I'd also like to make a couple of little mentions, not just to all our fellow YouTubers, but particularly to John and any newbies, where caution, don't rush into straight razor shaving. The longer it takes, the better it becomes. You do need to get all your skills together and it'll be worth it. The first one is obviously pre-shave. Get a decent pre-shave and a lather going. Only takes a second. The next thing is placing the razor on the face, and something which my good friend John J brought up, which is not only when you're placing it, but there's a degree of muscle memory involved here. Even picking up a razor, you can sometimes put it in the wrong position and you can't really then see what you're doing. So visibility, good shaving mirror, and for goodness sake, do not pick a mirror with any projections, because you'll hit the razor on the projections and maim yourself. Anyway, enough of that. That's a very, very easy lather, but then I'm using a synthetic brush, and of course they're renowned for lathering up incredibly easily. And it's got a very mild, very old English, very mild aroma. I've got to say, the interesting part will be how it arrives with the blade to the face. Anyway, the usual from me: try and dry your fingers. Do not attempt to shave with a straight razor unless your fingers are dry. And let's try the big boy. Let's try this big fella. It's been a long while since I used it. As I say, this is the Herr&Razor. And I've got to say, it's got a very, 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 very high polish to it. It's a very nice razor, and I should use it more often. As I say, when you're using the razor for the first time, make sure you can actually see into a mirror what you're doing. Place the razor preferably very, very gently on the skin. Turn the angle up just a little bit, and you'll feel it just start to cut. Just a few degrees. And only ever make downward strokes like that. Must be with the grain of the hair. Just a few days of simple experiments like this, and you'll master it. That's cutting beautifully, by the way. Thank you, Jack. Yeah, he's very good with these jnat edges. Unlike me, I just find there's so many complications. Yeah, that's beautiful. So we know that we have one jnat edge that works really well, and we'll now try mine, which probably won't. I have reservations, but we'll see. So this is the 6/8 Gotter and English Sheffield razor. Let's see how that works with my edge on it. Oh well, there you go. Yeah, it's the same. So I must have got the jnat right this time. Yeah. Yeah, it's working very nicely. No stalling. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Obviously, on about 3 days of bristle, you're going to get a degree of drag, but I know the difference between natural drag and actually stalling. Yeah. Yeah, I've had better edges. Anyway, I'll lather up again and try a few more passes. I do find changing one size of blade to another when you're shaving isn't necessarily a good idea. It's just what I do. But then I have had quite a few decent shaves. But yeah, you have to watch a little bit. This is a very easy soap. I've got to say, it has a very mild aroma. If you like stronger soaps, I wouldn't advise the Truefitt Hill, but it's a gorgeous, mild. And this is an early morning Friday, so maybe, as usual, I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's try a couple more passes. I'm going to go against the grain with this fellow again. This is a very nice condition razor, but I think I could still do better with the edge. Yeah. It's all right, but it's not ideal. A lot of it depends on what time of day you're used to shaving. I personally don't like early morning shaves. I don't know, biorhythms, whatever. You're much more likely to find the right time to shave and apply that. Otherwise, there's always the risk of rushing or feeling a bit odd that day. Yeah, I'm going to work on that a little bit more. I'm not entirely happy with it. However, let's try the big fella again. Let's try the Herr&Razor against the grain. Yeah, it's better. But then I do love custom razors. Oh look, a little tiny weeper. Yeah, let's try a few more passes. Yeah, this is a razor I think I've only shaved with it about twice. Very silly of me because it's actually a very nice razor. Yeah, it's a very good edge. Better than mine. Not a great lover of jnats. Except when it's done by other people. Jack does a wonderful edge. Yeah, that's cutting very nicely. Lots and lots and lots and lots of hair there. Let's just try on the more difficult area. Oh, it's so smooth. So, I'm going to put another edge. I am going to put another edge. I'm not totally happy with this Gotter. The steel is utterly different. This is an old Sheffield steel, and this is obviously a modern high carbon steel of some description. Probably an A1, I'm not sure, don't care. Can't believe that, can't feel it, but some little irregularity in the skin. Anyway, this is just testing that other people obviously have better joy than I do with jnats, but I'll persist. Yeah, definitely a smoother feeling edge. I'll check it under the microscope sometime, but it's cutting very, very, very well. So thank you, Jack. You do put this is why, again, straight razor shaving is so interesting. Other people's edges, making friends across the world, trying different edges, improving your own, hopefully, and eventually being very proud. That is a very nice razor indeed. It's natural horn scales, a black natural horn with just a little touch of light in it. It's etched on the side, Herr&Razor, the company of course, very high quality. Whereas this little bugger, this Gotter, is beautiful mint razor. For me, it's obviously not ideal on a jnat edge, and I probably messed up the edge. So I'll try another edge another day. That was it, chaps. Just be very careful, as I say, when you're placing a razor on the face, you must be able to put the spine on, tip the angle up just a little bit, and then when it's about, in my terms, about 3/8 of an inch from the skin, only then very gently starting to move down. And you'll hear it cut. Don't do anything adventurous, don't go against the grain, don't try doing adventurous stuff until you've got a few dozen shaves under your belt. But that's all there is to it. It's not magic, it's just muscle memory. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it at that because it's nearly 15 minutes, which is my magic limit. Do try and follow me. I'm just trying to spread the word. I'm just trying to encourage people to straight razor shave. Martin's Test Shaves, over and out.